Let's take it out to some NBA draft looks
Let's
here,
do it.
and then some free agency stuff as well. We'll take it through three notable teams that have some potential draft targets. We'll start with the Philadelphia 76ers, and where they get their early pick from the Lakers, as long as it doesn't end up being
Yeah,
so
I'll make
they
this very
should
clear.
get it.
The reason that we have the Sixers on here is because the Lakers aren't getting their pick, and unless the Lakers pick ends up in the top 3, which is highly unlikely, it will be going to the Sixers in the lottery. So Sixers probably going to end up with the pick. And I like their draft prospects this year. I think they have a good team to build around. It's just the real question is, do they end up with one of LeBron James or Paul George? Because if they don't, I think they should end up with Mikal Bridges, the small forward from Villanova, who he's a great player. He's the exact player what you need in a 2018 offense. 3-and-D guy. He reminds me of an Otto Porter, but a little bit of a better offensive player. Kind of what Otto Porter is maybe last year coming into the NBA this year. It took Otto Porter a very long time to actually get his act together, but he can put up a lot of points. He's a good defender on the wing. He brings you great length as well on the defensive side of the ball. I would like to see him on the 76ers. I think he would give them a really good spot.
I think he'd be a good fit alongside guys like Ben Simmons and can learn some from Robert
You could
Covington.
also start him. I don't think he needs a year to come off the bench. We have a starting lineup with him projected there at the 3. Look, the whole modern NBA is getting a bunch of guys at the 3 who, or just on the wing in general, who have a lot of length. And that's what Bridges is going to bring you. He's going to bring you that length. He's going to bring you that defense. And just imagine that three-point shooting in transition. Ben Simmons, Robert Covington, Mikal Bridges, and Joel Embiid in transition. I mean, just so much three-point shooting on the outside. Bridges and Covington could give you 10 threes combined a game. It's going to be great to see them. I think this would be a great pick.
All right, so if it's not this Bridges, how about another Bridges in Myles out of Michigan State?
I would like this also. I just think he needs to get a little bit better on the outside shooting threes. I think his overall three-point shooting translated really well in college. I'm worried about how it will translate in the NBA. I think his jump shot is good. I think it needs to improve. I got to see him get a little bit better with his jump shot in the NBA. I think he's going to be great driving to the basket, but they don't really need that from him. They're going to need him to be a jump shooter and a defender, and I think that he can do that. I just want to see it. My player comp for him has been Jerry Stackhouse, who, mind you, current good NBA G League coach. I think he'll be a good NBA player. I don't think he's going to be a superstar by any means, but I wonder if the 76ers, when if they're picking at 7 or 8, which they'll probably end up being at, do they need that kind of player, or do they just need a really good locker room guy who's going to be a safe, consistent player at the 3 to help Ben Simmons, to help Joel Embiid kind of keep the team together? He's a glue guy. Myles Bridges is going to be a great glue guy in the NBA, and I also think, again, with how much the 76ers do in transition, Bridges is that guy in transition. He's going to be fantastic for them on the break.
Are you concerned at all about him maybe being a little bit of a tweener because he didn't
shoot
a great percentage from 3?
I am, but the 76ers have shown in the past that they don't really care that much about tweeners, that they're okay kind of playing guys who they see fit. I mean, Robert Covington is a little bit of a tweener between the 2 and the 3. Sarge, you're not really sure where his true position is either. But this is also 2018, where true positions in the NBA are kind of dying, and Bridges fits into that.
All right, let's take it now to one more wing option, and Kevin Knox out of Kentucky here.
I like this a lot, but this is more of a project pick than it is a current NBA pick, just because he has a long way to go with his jump shot. But his ceiling is Paul George. I mean, this guy has so much length. He's 6'9", as a small forward, a lot of ability in the offensive and defensive side of the ball, a great locker room guy as well. Apparently, he just became very close with a lot of guys in that Kentucky locker room. Just, I need to see that jump shot improve for him, especially on the wing. I also want to see his transition game get a little bit better. When I watch film with Kevin Knox, I see him lagging behind a lot on the break, especially when they're really gunning, going from defense to offense. He's usually trailing a little bit and then missing jump shots. I don't think if you draft him, he starts day 1. I think you draft him if you get Paul George or LeBron James and you put Kevin Knox behind them to grow into a player as a backup. But I don't think this is the lineup I have for them. I don't think you see him starting in the NBA if he gets picked at 7 or 8. He needs a year to grow.
All right, so then let's recap those draft targets for the 76ers here. We had Mikal Bridges, we had Myles Bridges, and then, of course, we also had Kevin Knox, the guy we just went through out of Kentucky. All wing guys there, all very talented players in their own right.
They don't need anyone more down low. There are a couple international prospects who are coming over in the next couple years that should help them down low. But with how well Sarge is done, with how well Embiid has grown, I also think they're going to sign a center this offseason. They're going to be just fine.